Getting a CPF in Brazil. Why legal support matters for foreigners. Hi, I'm Carla Padilha, a licensed attorney here in Brazil. And if you're planning to invest, purchase property, or establish a business in Brazil, you need a CPF. CPF is a Brazil's tax identification number, and it's essential for everything from opening a bank account to buying real estate. And while it might seem like a simple process, applying for a CPF as a foreigner it's trickier than it first appears. Here's why having legal support can save you time and effort and prevent potential costly mistakes. So, getting a CPF as a foreigner can be difficult. The first thing is the language barrier. So even though Brazil offers CPF application forms in English and Spanish, the majority of the process, especially follow-up communication, tax documents, and interactions with the federal revenue in Brazil, it's conducted in Portuguese. And navigating this can be challenging if you're not fluent. Simple misunderstandings or errors in the forms can lead to delays or even rejections, which could hold up important transactions like property purchases or business setups. It's a complex system for tax declarations. So once you have a CPF, you also be responsible for tax declarations related to any transactions or income generated in Brazil. Whether it's owning property, running a business, or receiving rental income, all of these activities have tax obligations. And Brazil's tax system is complex, and missing a filing or making a mistake can lead to penalties. So without a strong understanding of the system, things can go wrong very quickly, impacting your financial and legal standing in Brazil. Another thing is the risk of delays and contract penalties. So one of the most overlooked issues is the delay that can occur if the CPF application is mishandled. So let's say you're purchasing a real estate or entering into a contract. Any delay in securing your CPF could result in missed deadlines and penalties within the contract. This can significantly affect your investment and may lead to financial losses. So these penalties can be severe if your real estate or business transaction hinge on time issuance of your CPF. And navigating the e-consular system for non-residents, applying for a CPF involves working with the e-consular system of the Brazilian consulate. This system requires you to create an account, upload documents, and schedule appointments. But here's the catch. Immediate appointment scheduling isn't available. So before you can even book an appointment, you need to upload documents, and those documents must be reviewed and validated by the consulate. And this process can be time-consuming, especially if any of your documents are rejected or need additional clarification. It adds another layer of complexity to an already detailed process. So if you're not familiar with how the system works, small mistakes like uploading the wrong file or missing an email can further delay your CPF application. And coordination of documents and timing, it's another challenge. So after submitting your documentation on e-consular platform, you will need to wait for confirmation to schedule your appointment. On the day of your appointment, you must bring all the original documents with you, and missing any documentation could result in rescheduling your appointment, causing additional delays. So keeping track of these steps and the correct paperwork can be overwhelming. If you're not familiar with Brazil's bureaucratic system, it's gonna be a challenge. And if you need to own property in Brazil as a foreigner, if you're planning to purchase a property in Brazil, obtaining a CPF is just the first step. There are additional documents and tax obligations you need to be aware of. The CPF, obviously, the first thing you will need is a CPF to participate in any legal or financial transactions here in Brazil. Another thing to keep in mind is a power of attorney. So if you're not in Brazil, you will need to sign a power of attorney, allowing an attorney to act on your behalf. This is crucial for managing tax filings, signing contracts, and handling the bureaucracy around property ownership. You will need a proof of identity. You will need a valid passport for identification when submitting the documents. You will need a declaration of a non-residency, and as a non-resident, you must declare your non-resident status for tax purposes. This will determine how you're taxed on any income generated from the property, such as rental income or capital gains from a sale. And you have so after you purchase the property, you will need to file several tax documents, like income tax declaration for rental income, municipal property tax, IPTU, it's the annual property tax paid to the local government, and capital gain tax declaration. If you sell the property for a profit, you must declare the gain and pay the associated taxes. You may need to show proof of funds. Brazilian authorities often require proof of the source of the funds used to purchase the property, especially when the money is transferred from abroad. And this is essential for complying with anti-money laundering regulations. So you asked me why legal support is critical. While the CPF application process might seem simple, the layers of bureaucracy, the language barrier, and the coordination required with the in-consular system or any other platform make it a lot more complicated. Mistakes in your application or delays caused by missing documentation can lead to significant setbacks, especially if you're on a timeline for a property or business transactions. An experienced attorney can help you navigate the entire process, including dealing with the e-consular platform or any other platform, ensure your documents are correctly submitted and validated to avoid delays, manage the tax filings associated with your CPF and property ownership, and prevent costly contracts penalties due to delayed CPF insurance, in example. And let's say you're considering investing or buying property in Brazil, trying to handle this process alone, especially as a non-Portuguese speaker, could result in avoidable delays and financial losses. So legal assistance can help you navigate the system smoothly and ensure everything is done right from the first time. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions about getting a CPF or managing your legal obligations in Brazil. You can contact me via email at youtube@inheritbrazil.com or WhatsApp me at 1-925-791-8555. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button to stay updated on all things related to legal and financial matters in Brazil. Thanks for watching.